Hey, Tooth Fairy, happy Friday. Well, I don't know if it's Friday actually, but this is when the podcast gets released every Friday. So if you're listening to it on the day it's released, it is. So I am recording this podcast. Full disclosure, needed to go to the gym, which actually it's been my plan to go to the gym early this morning. And now it's 4:47 p.m. and I still haven't gone. But guess what? I have been consistent for so long that I know I'll get there. So it's not an issue for me. Some days I go in the morning, some days I go in the afternoon, some days I go in the evening, right? I figure it out. But at the end of the day, sometimes I don't go. Sometimes I just will do a little bit of mobility, right? Or, maybe go for a run. That's really far between, maybe like once or twice a month. But that being said, I've built so much muscle over the years that it doesn't go away, right? As long as I get my 3 in a week or 4 in a week, I'm fine with not going to the gym every single day and lifting every single day, which is the perfect opportunity to transition to today's episode, which is why I dislike fitness challenges and what to do instead. So stay tuned. Here we go.
Hey there! Welcome to the Lift for Longevity podcast, where our goal is to build our strongest, healthiest body. We all deserve to feel our best, but since we only get one body, we have to make sure to protect it by moving safely and with purpose to prevent pain, injury, and surgery. I'm your host, Brianne Novias, and I'm a fit pro turned business owner and also a girl mom. I'm obsessed with educating and empowering dental pros on how to take care of their body by training efficiently and building the right muscles to prolong their career. I know you're tired of spending time working out but still dealing with annoying aches and pains, getting rid of your pain temporarily only to have it come right back just a few hours later, or feeling like you never have any energy. You wish there was a long-term solution to get rid of your pain for good. Well, I'm here to give you real-life, actionable steps that you can take today to get rid of your pain, say goodbye to quick fixes, and have energy to live a life that you love. So if you're ready to get stronger, enjoy your life outside the operatory, and have longevity in your career, grab yourself a high-protein snack and let's get to it.
So if you're into fitness, well, I hope you are, which is why you're listening to my podcast. But in all seriousness, if you are into fitness, chances are you've done at least one, if not 2 or 3 or more fitness challenges in your fitness journey, right? I think we all have. I'm pretty sure, well, I know I used to put them together when I worked in corporate wellness. But anyways, the thing is this, fitness challenges, they are not sustainable long term, right? And not to go like down this rabbit hole, but like essentially it's a quick fix, right? Look at, it's not exactly a fitness challenge, but like Whole30, right? Just the name 30 says it all, right? People don't do it more than 30 days. Why? Because it's not fucking sustainable, right? And so, being in hygiene, when I'm chatting with hygienists, I'm like, oh, what do you try to manage your pain, right? Chiro or massage or, all the things under the sun, right? You know what you guys do to manage your pain, but it's like all these quick fixes, right? And essentially, fitness challenge is just another damn quick fix, right? That we don't need to be doing. So not only that is like, well, think about like the hard 75 or 75 hard. It's just not sustainable, right? Well, and not only that is anybody could do anything for 75 days, right? But then what? Like, okay, cool. Like pat myself on the back. Great. Like big freaking deal. So, I mean, and if you like doing challenges, like more power to you. But this is the thing. Even if you get results, say from the Whole30, well, of course you're going to lose some fat because you're dropping alcohol completely, right? Like that's just science, right? That's how our body works. So anyways, that's the thing. Number one that I don't like about them is that they're not sustainable long term. And if you do get results, or if you really just want to challenge yourself, great, good for you. But like there's so many other ways to challenge yourself in fitness, and I'll get to that a little bit later. But the other thing is that I find most hygienists are all or nothing mentalities, right? I think a lot of humans in general, I used to be this way, but again, it just kind of, it makes that all or nothing mentality even worse. Like, oh, God forbid you do the 75 hard and then your kid gets sick and you miss like a day. Then you feel like a complete failure. Like, what fun is that, right? You have to start completely over, right? I see this in my clients all the time. They're like, oh my God, Brianne, I only got one workout in this week. Like, should I start the program over? They're at like week 11. Like, no, you silly. Like, I'm laughing because it's so true. But that's why I love you. But that's the thing is like, you don't have to like, your whole progress isn't going to go out the window, right? If you fall off for a day or even a week, right? I had a client actually recently, she had to wear a heart monitor for 2 weeks. She was like, oh my God, I can't work out for 2 weeks. Well, like it is what it is, right? Like I'll add 2 weeks onto your contract. Like, it's per doctor's orders. Like, yeah, it sucks, but like, it's not the end of the world, right? You just pick back up where you get started, right? And I think this is something that I really kind of have to nail into my clients, not nail into, but like create this awareness for them and kind of be that little, person to shed light on, like, you're not a failure because you missed a day on workout. You know what I mean? Like, look how far you've come, celebrate your wins. Like, that's just really my mentality, right? I used to be that all or nothing. I used to work out 7 days a week. I've talked about this before, for hours. You know what I mean? I didn't really eat a lot of carbs. I don't even know why that was. And on top of my strength training, I would box like every single day. I would do 2-a-days, right? So I was so extreme, and then I got older and my kid got older and life happened and it's just not sustainable, right? So I really figured out, less is more. We just really need to prioritize strengthening efficiently, using progressive overload over time, eating nutrient dense foods, enough protein, water, so on and so forth. So that's like, I'm getting off topic now. I apologize. But that's the thing. Like, okay, cool. If you're going to go drink a whole gallon of water for 75 days and then you're going to go back to like not drinking water all day because you have patience, like, what good is that? So I guess my point is like my fitness philosophy, and this is for anybody that I work with, anybody that comes across me, I just want to make sure that we are doing things that are realistic and sustainable for you in your life. But guess what? Just because it's realistic for this season, right? Summer's coming. Summer is a whirlwind for us moms. Well, not really me because my kid's 18, but you know what I mean? It's like you could do really, really great for like January, February, March, and then, summer comes and you're like, everything's out the window, right? But that's the point, is as long as we learn this habit, how to do it realistic and sustainable, what works for us, right? Maybe we need to work out in the morning in the summer versus night, right? There's different things that we can do. And, I like to work on this with each of my clients individually because everybody's lives are so different between work, family, it just is what it is. So that being said, I'm not going to totally contradict myself here, but I will share with you, I'm planning a quote unquote challenge for Dental Hygiene Month, but this is my challenge. It's 5 days, 5 minutes or less each day, right? How doable is that? And you'll feel better from that, right? So it's like something so small and manageable that is kind of like just telling your client who doesn't floss. Like, you're never going to go tell them to floss for 7 days a week. You're going to be like, give me 2 days, right? Cool. And then maybe the next time they come see you on their 6-month visit, maybe we go to 3 or 4, right? I don't know how you do it, but that's how I do it with my clients. And that's how our results, that's how we're going to get results, because we're able to actually adhere and, stick to it, right? And then the third thing is, so the first thing, they're not sustainable. The second thing is I think it makes our all or nothing mentality heightened and even worse. And then the third reason I don't like them is because, and don't shoot me for saying this, but like fitness isn't supposed to be fun. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I like it because I enjoy it and it's my passion, but it doesn't have to be fun. You don't have to like dress up and have themes. Like it's just, okay, maybe that's fun and there's a time and a place for that. But at the end of the day, like what's fun is like pushing yourself, not through pain, of course, but like pushing yourself, from month to month and really challenging your threshold, essentially, right? To get stronger, going through progressive overload, seeing that tangible result, like, oh, last month I lifted 8 pounds, this month I'm lifting 10, or I'm not winded when I'm going up the stairs, or I actually see definition on my arms. Like, that's the shit that's fun, right? When you see and feel the changes that are happening. Or how about this one? Oh, my clothes are actually fitting me. Like, that's the shit that's fun. You know what I mean? So, I talked to a lady last week. She's like, oh, I love burpees. Like, burpees are the dumbest thing in the whole wide world. Nobody needs to do them ever. And if you listen to any like really well-to-do or, a fitness influencer who knows what they're talking about, they all say the same thing. Burpees are so freaking stupid and nobody enjoys them anyway. So she's kind of an anomaly, but still, my point is this. The goal of any fitness program is to make sure that it's realistic, sustainable, and that you're going to get results, right? If you have fun on the way, great. But if you want to just, beat the hell out of your body for whatever, 30 days, 75 days, like you can do that. But like, then what? Then what? Do you know what I mean? Like I have clients, they work with me for 12 weeks. We get them out of pain. They're like, now what? Okay, well, now we're going to start to build more muscle and get better at mobility, right? We're going to improve our mobility so we have joint health, right? Okay, great. Well, how long are we going to do that for? Well, forever. Well, not forever, right? Because I can't, I'm going to die at some point, which is really morbid to say, but not really because it's true. But that's my point is like, we're in it for the long haul, right? I have clients work with me for years and we continue to progress because building muscle takes time, right? And when you're seeing results, you're going to stick to it. When you're feeling better, you're going to stay motivated and stick to it and so on and so forth, right? My client, Lisa, I just had a check-in call with her. I apologize. I'm running a little long on this podcast, but she's like 39 years in hygiene. She just turned 60 and she was working out for 15 years doing all the wrong things. And now her posture is amazing. She's like, oh, that bump that was on my neck, it was like a plum. She's like, it's almost gone. But the coolest thing, well, it's all cool. Like she's a huge success story. I'll share her testimonial in the next couple of months or so. But she was like, Brianne, I used to walk 5 miles a day. I never felt my hamstrings. Now that her body and her pelvis is realigned and we're actually working the hamstrings and she feels it and she can do the hinge patterns. Like it's such a cool, tangible way for her to see her body evolving. She's able to do these movement patterns and to actually like feel her hamstrings engaged and working, right? When she's never felt them before. Like to me, that's the coolest thing ever. And I don't know if that sounds cool to you, but like, that's my point is just, it's almost like giving your body TLC and putting it through the motions or the movement patterns that it's meant to move in and just to build on those movement patterns and make them as strong and resilient and mobile as possible. So I'm just going to stop talking now because I know this is a little bit of a longer episode, but again, fitness challenges aren't like the worst thing in the entire world, but at the end of the day, if you want like long lasting, sustainable results that you can stick with, they're just not beneficial. So don't shoot the messenger. Everything I always say comes from a place of love, so just know that. So until next time, have a good one.
Thank you so much for listening in today. I hope you got a takeaway from this episode, and if you did, would you be so kind to share it with another dental pro you think would benefit from it? I know you love learning, and chances are that they do too. Also, I would love to connect with you on Instagram, so go ahead and head over to the Lift for Longevity podcast page or follow me at Built by Brianne. If you shoot me a message saying hello, I will personally respond because I love chatting with dental pros. Before you go though, I want to let you know that I appreciate you and what you do, and I hope to chat soon. Until next time, stay strong.